I'm speechless. I don't know what to say. I'm just gonna record a video. You guys already know what happened. Luka Doncic is going to the Lakers for Anthony Davis, a first-round pick, Max Christie, whatever else was in the deal. What is going on? Immediately your mind goes to what happened wrong in Dallas. Like, the only way you trade Luka is if something is going on behind the scenes. If Luka is being a cancer in the locker room, if Luka demanded a trade, that's the only reason you even entertain a deal like this. Then my second thought, my contrarian brain thought is, the Lakers, are you even a better team now? Like, they're better for the future. They're set up for the future. But as far as winning right now, are you a better team right now? So then my mind starts to wonder, what's going on with Bron? Is Bron and Luka, is that what we're doing? Is that the fit? I'm sure they can make it work, right? LeBron can fit with anybody, right? But is that the plan, or are the Lakers in process of completely blowing it up? Are we gonna wake up tomorrow and LeBron James is traded as well? Because that would make more sense to me. On the Lakers side, I mean, it all makes sense on the Lakers side. You got Luka. You got a top 3 player in the game, you know, arguably top 4, whatever you want to call it, who is just now hitting his prime. Of course you do that deal. But if you could potentially set up Luka even better for the future, what am I even, how are we talking about this? But if you could trade Bron to a desperate team like the Warriors and you could go get Kuminga and picks, you know, and filler, whatever, I don't even know what I'm talking. How are we doing this? Is there any comp for this, right? A top 3 player in the NBA being traded before the age of 26, not like Shaq deciding he didn't want to be in Orlando anymore, or KG deciding he didn't want to be in Minnesota anymore. That's not, they were in the finals. The only possible comp I could come up with, and I don't even know what happened back then, but it's like when Kareem got traded to the Lakers, right? Because that was a trade. And I don't want to put Luka in Kareem conversations, but it's that drastic. It's that impactful. It's that shocking. I keep trying to figure out a way in my mind to make it make sense. It makes no sense. It makes no sense from the Mavericks side. And Mark Stein reported that Luka Doncic did not request a trade. Mark Stein very plugged in with Dallas. I find that hard to believe. What are we doing? What could Luka possibly do? For a second, let's take it off the basketball court. What about just business? Luka is the brand. Luka is the face of the franchise. Luka is an international star. Is he that difficult behind the scenes that you are actively seeking a trade for him? And this part is irrelevant, but what about Derek Lively? Even if he doesn't come back this year, like, you kind of had your center of the future, right? Now Lively and AD together, I like that. I like that. But what are we doing? I don't know what to say, because there are 2 different conversations happening, right? The first one is, you're dumb for trading Luka. Agreed. You're dumb for trading Luka. You might be even more dumb for not making it a bid for Luka. You don't know what might have been available if you put Luka on the market. You really don't. What about the GM in Milwaukee, who every summer has to hear quotes about Giannis? You know, the random stuff Giannis says to put pressure on the front office, all that. If Luka's on the table, you don't think they consider it? Not saying they would have done it, but you didn't even try that as far as we know. A team like the Celtics, now, do I think AD is significantly better than Jaylen Brown? Yeah, I do. But do I believe the Celtics would have given you Jaylen Brown and multiple picks for Luka? Probably. You got AD and 1 first-round pick, and all the reports are saying that they didn't want Luka because Luka didn't take his conditioning seriously and he was going to want the Supermax. Cool. If that's your rationale, why would you trade for a quote-unquote injury-prone player? AD's been, you know, better recently, but it's not like he's the perfect bill of health, and you trade. I don't get it. There's really no rationale for it. And now I feel stupid for even bringing this up, because there is no explaining it. There is no rationale for it. But if you are trying to get someone, AD is a top 10 player in the NBA. Let's not act like that's not the case. It's a ridiculous trade, but AD is a top 10 player in the NBA. There's only really a few other players you could get in a Luka deal. Like, besides Giannis, Shea's not available, Tatum's not available, right? Besides those guys, AD is the best guy. So yes, it could have became a bidding war for sure. For sure. And you probably could have got a better package in terms of, I was going to say in terms of building your team for the future, but you just traded Luka. And you only managed to get 1 pick. That also makes no sense. I'm sure the Lakers would have given you another pick. I'm pretty damn sure the Lakers would have given you another pick. So you're worried about the long-term health and availability of Luka, but now your team hinges on Kyrie and AD? Your next 3 years hinges on Kyrie and AD? And then you have nothing else besides Lively after that? I don't know. This trade can't be won. This is the rare trade where even if Dallas wins the championship this year, they lost a trade. They still lost a trade. So I know I'm not saying anything different than anybody else, right? Everybody has the same reaction to this deal. I think now we're all waiting to see what happens next with the Lakers. Are they keeping Bron? Are they keeping Austin Reeves? Is that the move? Do you try to go get Miles Turner now? Trade Reeves and a pick for Turner? Is that something? Do you trade Rui for a lesser center? Because right now, and I know this part doesn't mean anything for the grand scheme of things, if they were to match up right now, I'm taking the Mavs. I'm just telling you, I'm taking them. AD would dominate that series, but the Lakers are gonna make a move. They have to. And I'm just now seeing this on Twitter, but you guys know that story of how Nike had a pitch meeting with Steph Curry and they had his name spelt wrong? It was actually Nico Harrison, the same person that just made this deal, that botched the Steph Curry to Nike deal. Crazy. But last thing I'm gonna say, then I'm gonna end the video. Again, the LeBron situation. It sounds dumb to say a team with Luka Doncic isn't necessarily a championship contender, and we still have to see the move they make next, because they could be one move away. If they get Miles Turner and they're able to keep Reeves, I'm not sure how they would do that. If they can do that, or even if they have to trade Reeves, right? Just as far as positional needs. You have Luka and LeBron. Reeves would be very nice with them, but it's also not a must, right? But this move was clearly not made in the idea of we got to get one more for LeBron. This move was made in we have our new guy to build around. So if you do have an opportunity right now to trade LeBron to a situation where he would want to go because he has a no trade clause, if it is the Warriors and you're able to get Kuminga and picks, is that not something you entertain if your goal is building a championship team around Luka in the coming years? Just hypothetically speaking, if you were able to come out of there with Wiggins, Kuminga, and a first-round pick, or maybe 2 first-round picks, that doesn't sound like much for Bron, but that sounds like you're building something around Luka. 2 uber athletic wings to put around Luka, maybe that's something you would do. I don't know if the Warriors would even do that at this point. I just wouldn't be surprised if we wake up tomorrow or in a couple days and the LeBron trade rumors are really kicking up. LeBron might look at it and say, okay, we got Luka. Luka can carry me there. Or he might look at the team around him and say, we got Luka, but we got Jackson Hayes and Christian Wood and Vando and Rui. It could go either way. It could go either way. So that is what I'm also fascinated by. I'm excited to see this Mavs team. Obviously, I'm excited to see Luka and LeBron. Crazy. But the Mavs are going to be good still. They're going to be good. That's not the point. The point is you just traded your future. You just traded your future to bet on 2 guys that historically can't stay healthy. And not only did you trade your future, you kind of kicked him out the door and put all this bad press around his name, which, is not going to look good to other players that maybe wanted to go to Dallas, right? And I know nobody wants to hear it right now, but I really like the Mavs team. I really do, especially if Lively's coming back. Do they possibly make a move? We could talk about that at a later date, though. Crazy. So I'm gonna call it there. Just a bunch of rambling. I doubt you made it this far, but if you did, please like, comment, subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm out. Peace.